So this is the point. It says most easterly point of Australia. So we just arrived here. In this video, we are exploring beautiful Byron Bay. Beyond this, there is no landmark in Australia. Look at my background. This is the Cape Byron Lighthouse, and this is the easternmost lighthouse in Australia. Really, Byron Bay has got all the features that Australian town can offer, plus many more extraordinary features. It is a really pretty place, really vibrant place. So please stay tuned as we travel to Byron Bay. Horizon is a bit cloudy today, and I think I can see there is a system coming across the whole eastern coast of Australia. There is a low pressure system, but among those clouds we can still see some rays over the ocean. That's beautiful. From Surfers Paradise, we are catching Surfers Paradise Byron Bay Express bus. It's about 90-minute journey, and we have a little bit of time, so we thought maybe come back to this beautiful seafront and show you around. Here, I think probably all of these sands were completely swept away by Alfred just over a year ago. City Council did a mammoth task to fill that huge gap because it was so big, so destructive that on these areas you can imagine that we had 6-meter cliff. So there was no sea beach left. So they had to rebuild everything. In just few months we feel nothing. There is absolutely no difference whatsoever. Amazing, amazing work. We just arrived in Byron Bay. Weather is holding at the moment, and we are walking through the town center. It's been amazing journey. The journey from Gold Coast to Byron Bay on the highway was really lovely. It was very, very lush green both sides of the road. And eventually we could actually look at Mount Warning at some point. Mount Warning is the volcanic plug. Beautiful musicians performing. There are a lot of cafes. Byron Bay is one of the most expensive tourist destinations in Australia these days. Beautiful cafes and a busy time during the weekend and almost every other day. This road has got a lot of artisan shops. In 60s, Byron Bay was a very, very relaxing place, small town, mostly popular for surfers. And so that was the beginning. Since 1960s and 70s, Byron Bay became very popular for alternative living. Environmentalists wanted to have organic food, or spiritual living. People were very interested to come here and stay. So Byron Bay became a very big center for hippie culture.
Once they got the wealth of the land, daily depression,
I was reading that since 1960s, 70s, Byron Bay became a very, very big spiritual center. It has got yoga center, wellness center and retreats, and we have Ganesha as well. A lot of artists, performers, environmentalists, and also musicians. They live in Byron Bay. Ultimately, now it's a very big center for tourism in Australia. And as they say that sometimes people come for the weekend in Byron Bay and they stay forever. There are a lot of beautiful shops, really lovely, and lots of cafes, eating places and artisan shops. It is a really pretty place, really vibrant place, and it is actually one of the most attractive places in Australia. Lots of people visit Byron Bay every year, and that's why it's bustling any day of the year. This is the Byron Bay Cookie shop. Byron Bay Cookie is one of our favorite and we always buy it from the supermarket. Now we're in Byron Bay and we have to get into this shop. This is the place. It's really a beautifully presented, nice shop, and it is full with Byron Bay cookies. These are the twin pack regular cookies, small packs, and we have got 5 of them. This is really beautiful. And outside this beautiful shop, we have hundreds of different varieties of shops, and it's quite vibrant, beautiful. We're really loving in Byron Bay. It has got a lot of character, and it's really showing us why this is a beautiful tourist place in Australia, and that's why so many people visit every day. Look at this house. It's a really beautiful house, and it's a restaurant and cafe. Looks stunning. Oh, this is beautiful. Poppy's Grill. It has got a lot of sculptures, very modern looking design, and look at the surroundings. It's actually quite grown up area now. It's a very nice town, and until very recently Byron Bay was actually quite famous destination for a major music festival called Bluesfest. Actually made Byron Bay a massive international destination. I think they scrapped it this year for some reason, I don't know. That was one of the biggest music festival in the world. We wished the weather was a bit better, sunny and bright, but today unfortunately it's a bit cloudy and dark, occasionally raining. At least it's not raining continuously. Wow, this is actually really a lovely location. Beautiful houses, all these apartments. I think they are private, or you can actually rent for long or short term. This is nice. Beautiful park in front of the water. Amazing. People always think that Sydney always gets the first sunshine in Australia, but technically Byron Bay is the location where you get the first sunshine in Australia. Just a short walk down the hill with few steps. We are on the Byron Bay beach. Wow, this is actually a very long stretch of beach. Amazing. It's actually quite pristine beach. It's beautiful, almost like untouched, because compared to Gold Coast, we don't have any high rise. And I was reading that because in 1960s and 70s, the hippie culture was so prominent here, a lot of environmentalists came here and settled. And obviously after one generation, that culture is continuing. For many decades, they opposed in major development in this region, particularly in Byron Bay, and so that's why we still have this beautiful pristine town as it is that was in 50-60 years ago. So it's amazing, it feels good. We have been walking on this beach. It's been raining sometimes, and then we are having patch up sunny conditions, so at the moment it is perfect for my vlogging. First of all, look at that beautiful lighthouse. That is the Cape Byron Lighthouse. It's a functional lighthouse, and it's been operating uninterrupted for over 120 years. This lighthouse was designed by Charles Harding in 1901, and since then it is in function for over 120 years, showing paths to the passing by ships. Very eminent Australian lighthouse designer who designed various lighthouses across Australia. So he designed this lighthouse in 1901. It's still functional since the era of no GPS to the era of GPS. And so it is quite amazing in that context. That's actually an amazing achievement. Also, because Byron Bay is the easternmost point of Australia, so this lighthouse is the easternmost lighthouse in Australia. So we are glad that we are visiting Byron Bay today. And look at that island very close to Byron Bay. So you can imagine that if we have one of these, we have many of these hidden under the water. So when the ships were passing through 100 years ago, they might have very difficult navigation conditions. So lighthouse had an amazing job to serve all these passing by ships. Look at this bright light. This is the light of this Cape Byron Lighthouse, lighting the shore for over 125 years and continuing. It is beautiful, but it can be very dangerous, especially when you are very close to the Australian seashore. Look at this. This is so stunning. I think it is very similar to Ildefox that we visited from Tasmania. Under the water, we have a very big mountain. We are looking at just the tip. As I mentioned, in 60s and 70s, Byron Bay used to be a very quiet town, famous for surfers. And still today, surfing is a massive thing in Byron Bay. A lot of surfers are enjoying, even in this rainy condition. Byron Bay is also another location in Australia where you can actually see passing by whales. Between May and November, you have high probability of spotting them. So basically, you don't need to go for a whale watching cruise. You can just watch them passing by Byron Bay. At the moment, it is far from ideal condition. It's been heavily raining. So 5 minutes ago it was sunny, but now it's heavily raining. So there is no option but to get in somewhere. So we got a very nice fish and chips restaurant called Fish Heads, and we're going to have some sweet potato chips from here. We've got our sweet potato with truffle mayonnaise. This is looking really tasty and gorgeous in this environment, and it's now becoming sunny again. Look at the condition, we can't see anything, and this is actually a very nice restaurant, very nicely designed and decorated just on the seafront in Byron Bay, and it's called Fish Heads. Since 2000, so it's like over 26 years it's running here. Now we're going to the Australia's Easternmost lighthouse. Beautiful lunch with sweet potato chips. We took an Uber and look at these. We are now actually very close to the Easternmost lighthouse in Australia. This is just fantastic. Wow, this is so great. It is looking really bright at the moment. I don't think there is any low pressure system in the vicinity for next 15 minutes perhaps. So we have a window of opportunity to do something here. This is the path. It's going up to the lighthouse, and this is really so beautiful. Charles Harding designed this in 1901 and it's written there. So it's nearly 125 years old, still functional. And on the other side we have that beach where we were having our lunch, and that's the main beach in Byron Bay. Charles Harding designed many lighthouses across Australia, and this is one of his design creation as well. This is really beautiful and we are loving this site. It has got like beautiful platform where you can walk 360 degree, watch around beautiful Byron Bay, and also you have these amazing historic iconic lighthouse in your background. This is so iconic, and also sun is just glowing at the moment and it's getting a bit warm as well. So to give you a little bit of history and background, why this place is called Byron Bay. There was a British Army officer called John Byron, and he was a British Army officer and also an explorer. He was quite famous in British Army. He did a lot of exploration, and also he was infamously known as Foul Weather Jack, because every time he went out exploring, he always faced treacherous weather conditions, and he had a lot of shipwrecks and a lot of loss of lives. So that's why he had that reputation of Foul Weather Jack. And the connection, when Captain James Cook came to Australia in 1770, he named this place after John Byron. Do you know who John Byron is? He is the grandfather of our very famous British poet Lord Byron. So here is a family connection with Lord Byron. And we are standing here in front of this Cape Byron Lighthouse. So it's all very historic. Let's walk around this beautiful lighthouse while we have this bright sunny sky. The lighthouse and the light is continuously rotating. It is very bright at the moment. Eventually, when it will be dark, this lighthouse, and the light will be visible from a very long distance, miles. And you can see that there is another low pressure system is coming towards us. Wow, and look at the rocks. This is just spectacular, grand. And whether if it is rough, these rocky cliffs and heavy waves could be very dangerous. A lot of tourists are enjoying this very sudden bright patch because it's going to rain very soon. Started raining again, unfortunately. Today is not the brightest day, but we are loving the experience. I think this is the right spot for our temporary shelter until the dark cloud passes. It started raining, but look at these rocks and this cliff. It's really a beautiful spot. And so it reminds me that how this whole area formed. 23 million years ago, there was a volcano called Tweed Volcano, and that volcano erupted and created all these areas. So basically, just to remind us that today we are having this beautiful lighthouse, beautiful rocky cliffs and lush green because it rains so much here, pristine beach and extraordinary beautiful Byron Bay. But millions of years ago, this was a very fiery place. Tweed volcano erupting and creating all those things. 23 million years later, we can enjoy this place. Look at this signpost. It says Easterly Point Lookout, 300 meter. So we just need to walk along these steps and then we will be arriving at the most easterly point of Australia. That lighthouse. We are down a little bit. There is one lookout and we might be able to see the structure of this head. This is the base and we have this amazing historic lighthouse on top of this head. From May to November, that will be the time when you can get to see a lot of humpback whales migrating through this water. Unfortunately not today, but a few months time you will have a lot of opportunity. Let's continue walking through this path. We want to reach the easternmost point of Australia. It's always good to give you some perspective that we are getting down, so we have to climb up. Beautiful walking path. So it's very easy, only very few steps and you have this beautiful walking path to the easterlymost point. We can't really control the weather, but obviously this part of the world, it always rains. It's a lot of rain around this corner. Sometimes it might not rain for weeks and then when it starts, it never stops. Could be that's the most easterly point. You must agree that this is a beautiful walk though. Any weather condition, if it's raining, it's a bit slippery, but in a sunny condition, it will be fantastic. Look at this, it's written here, most easterly point of the Australian mainland. So this is the point. It says most easterly point of Australia. So we just arrived here. Beyond this, there is no landmark in Australia. Finally, we arrived at the most easterly point of Australia. And look at this head. That rocky cliff is basically the dividing factor between this ocean and that beautiful sandy beach. This feels so great. It is amazing. And you can continue walking. Look at that. And that will take you to the beach. Wow, what an experience. Finally, we have touched Australia's most easterly point. Now, yes, yeah, that's true. We have been to the westerly point as well in Western Australia. That is more than 12 years ago. So we have touched most easterly and most westerly. This is fantastic.
Most southerly, we live there.
And we have touched most southerly points as well. That was 2013. But we haven't touched the most northerly point yet. But we are actually now climbing northwards, and it is actually a lot of steps when you are going up, and it started raining again. This is also a fantastic place to look at dolphins, but not in this condition. I don't think we can see any dolphins today. But while we're coming up, our Uber driver, she was telling us that good luck with some dolphins. But I guess we don't have any luck with dolphins today. I was reading on the internet that Byron Bay is one of the most expensive tourist destination in Australia, if not the most expensive one. Fish and chips will cost you $42. Exception is that this is the easterlymost point. So you can come and you can touch the easterlymost point, which is quite amazing. It feels good because beyond this point, there is no other landmark in Australia. And this is the spot where you get the first sunshine every morning. So this is quite unique in that sense. Otherwise, Byron Bay on its own, I don't think it's any different from any other town that is very close to the seashore. Other opportunity is that you get to see this beautiful lighthouse, 125 years old lighthouse, and it's still functional. From the lighthouse, when you come down to your car park, there is a beautiful visitor centers that you must visit. There are quite a few interesting features in this building. First of all, this is actually a place of people and land, and it showcases historical side of white settlement, life today, and it's quite interesting if you read through. And this is the national park where we are standing today. Most interesting is this drawing. This is the lighthouse, and keeper's quarters drawing was used to build this beautiful lighthouse 125 years ago. And there are several other drawings in this room as well. Cape Byron Lighthouse design and implementation. So this is quite interesting. And on the other side there is a cafe. But unfortunately, this cafe will be closed on 31st May forever, I guess. Or maybe they will open sometimes in future, who knows. And we have this beautiful view of the lighthouse from any direction. Grand. From this historic, iconic lighthouse, we are now going to Byron Bay North Beach Station. Do you know why? Actually making a vlog and on all of the Byron Bay, and this is just a fantastic addition. Yeah. We are going to have a train ride. Solar train, solar power train. First in the world.
How they are going to power it today?
Maybe they maybe they have charged their battery yesterday. Wow, what an amazing experience. This is the first time I'm actually in the cockpit of a train. Yeah, it doesn't have to be today. If they charged the battery yesterday, because maybe yesterday was a bit sunny, it rained and we had sunshine, so it was very patchy day. But ultimately we loved Byron Bay because there are so many characters and we enjoyed immensely. I hope you enjoyed this video and beautiful location. What a great time we had in Byron Bay. It is full of characters, and look at this. This is probably the old train station. There is no train comes to Byron Bay anymore, but I think this old station is now a cafe and restaurant, and our bus is waiting for us.